Yeah, welcome back.
Oh man, welcome back.
I pushed everything on the day. So I can see my wife, I think.
All right, so today's daf after daf samachtas. Seconds nadarim. Tessi. So
She keeps emerging.
just FYI, I think what we're trying to do is get to the Mishnah on Ayin Amar Aleph, which is actually a little further down, but it's like one sugya. It's like one long inti tzalaymar with a pretty straightforward tashma. But let's start over here. We're around, I don't know, almost halfway down. And Samachtas, 5 lines from the top. Boy Rabba, Yesh Sheila Behakim Bahakim Hakama to be Oain Sheila Bahakim. Hakim is the Nakudos that it puts in here. So I don't know. It says, I'm just
Whatever.
I'm just putting it out. So it says Rava Yesh Sheila Bahakim or Oain Sheila Bahakim Bahakim. The lashon is it says, I don't know.
Don't mess with the Balkore.
So
Turn it on. Yeah.
is one allowed to go ahead if a person confirms, a husband or a father goes ahead and confirms the nether of his daughter or his wife, either way, can he go out and be shayl on the same day? Basically, to remove this to the hakama, right? That it's now confirmed, and now he uproots it. And therefore, he can go ahead uproot the fact that he confirmed it, and then he basically perhaps leaving himself the option of revoking it.
It's a conditional.
Yeah, he basically changed that. He confirmed it, and it's the same day. It's the same day. It has to be the same day as the Ran explains.
He got conditional hakama or hafar.
No, it's not conditional. He changed his mind. He hears it. He says, "Okay, that's good." And all of a sudden, an hour later, he says, "You know what? That doesn't sit well with me." Can he go ahead and be shaylet after that? And if you want to say that one can go ahead and matter the fact that he confirmed it, in other words, now he unconfirms it. Or ain't
You just don't do it every 24 hours or after this.
if you hear it, it's tantamount to that. But right, if you confirm it, then you don't need to wait till the end of the day. And economic, both of them work. And economic, in other words, the person.
She said, I'm not going to make
Right.
it. And then he says, after 10 minutes, you're going to make it. Just put it. And otherwise,
Yes, that would be a difference. Yeah,
New information.
right. No, but he's just saying what's the difference whether he confirms it or whether he hears it and doesn't protest it, then the next day, then it's automatically. So
Surely she has to go for counseling.
now, so we say, now the Gemara says, so now in this case, so can a person go out? Let's say he revokes it, but all of a sudden he wants to uproot his revoking. All right. Does that work or not? Now, really,
Tell us to make another matter.
now is when you go ahead and revoke something, right? So he still has to mount this. So really, in terms of lumdus, right? Once the fact that he's made for, he revokes it, right? There's nothing to go back on and to go ahead and uproot it. You can't uproot, it's one thing if you have a nether, you matter a nether. Over here, you're mattering the fact that you were made for it, right? So, which really logically wouldn't pass. But the question is this a full hekesh, the comparison between hafara and hakama, is it the exact, does it all go together? So, Tashma, come listen to Rabbi Yechon, Nishalan ala hekem, ve'ein nishalan ala hefer, right? One can go ahead and be shayel, right? And that which he confirms a nether, now as the nether stands, you go ahead, you can come in, they can matir the nether. Now it's no longer a nether, but one cannot go ahead and be shayel on that which he revokes it. Now, next question. Boy Rabba, kayin lechi. He says she makes the vow, and he says it's confirmed, right? It's confirmed for you. It's confirmed for you. He's asked them both. V'nishal kama rishayna, and then over here he's shel only on the first confirmation. Or he confirmed it twice. Obviously, you don't need the second confirmation. So what the question is, if he goes ahead, we just said you could be matir a confirmation. If he goes ahead and he's matir the first confirmation, Mahu, does the second confirmation, because he said it twice, right? It's confirmed for you, it's confirmed for you. The fact he did it, basically, that will now confirm the vow or not.
What is the second confirmation?
But at that point in time, it does nothing. But once you remove the first one, now the second one is there.
Is it queued up and waiting or is it just?
Right. So we'll soon see. Tashma. The Amar Rava, initial al rishayna shniya chalula. Right. We have the case by shvuas. A person makes a shvua, and then he makes another one, and the second one is not chal, and then he matirs, or he's on the first shvua. So then we hold over there the according to Rava that the second one is chal. Because in other words, that the first one was chal, and there was no room for the second shvuah. There's no room for it to be chal. But once you remove the first shvuah, then the second one is chal. So too over here. But the fact that he confirmed it twice, even though the second confirmation does nothing, it only does something if you rematter, if you're shoyal about the first confirmation. Then you have the second confirmation that the fact that he said kiyeh and machi, and therefore that is now chal. Now he has to go ahead and be shoyal on that if he can.
Why did you term show here? What's show? Who you asking?
To be matir.
Pesach, there's
I mean, for whatever it is, for whatever Pesach there is, right? The found out over at Shabbos, or it found out, whatever it is, it's a lack of kibbutz aim, or whatever the situation is. So, Bodi Rabba, now comes the question of the day. Kiyem lechi umefer umufar lechi. Your neder is confirmed for you. It is revoked for you. So now, even before we get to the second part of his line, right? One can't be confirmed and revoked. They're opposites, right? It could only be one or the other,
Right.
and they can't necessarily take place after the other one, right?
if one confirmed is like locked in.
Yes, once it's confirmed, it's locked in, and once it's revoked, it's locked in to it's no longer there. But he says, so kain lechi, it's confirmed for you. Umufer lechi is revoked for you. V'latichel hakama elimkein chal hafara. And the confirmation, right, should not be chal unless it's revoked. In other words, so he's saying that it should be confirmed, it should be revoked, and it can't be confirmed unless it's revoked. Now, so the question over here is, certainly in this case, it's not confirmed, right? Because he says the confirmation, right, should either come only if it is revoked, right? So therefore, we know that it cannot go ahead and be confirmed. So the question really is it over here, in this case, is it considered to be revoked, right? Do we say in this case that really he wanted, since he says, right, that in other words, that the two of them should take place at the same time, and if they take place at the same time, they both can't be chal. But over here, maybe what he's saying is that that it should be confirmed, because we see over here by his lashon, he says initial by the fact that he says kai, and it should be confirmed first, and then he reiterates, right, the confirmation should happen only if it's revoked. So maybe by the fact that it says that, even though he said the other one first, right, he wanted that for the fact that it was confirmed, right, to make sure that it happens. So in other words, he says it should be kayim, right, and then he says, and just to make sure that he reiterates that the kiyum should be only, right, that if it's revoked, it should still be kayim. So in other words,
the factor of the suffix.
No, he's not notifying the suffix. The guy used the lashon kayim lechi. It's confirmed.
Yes.
It's revoked for you, and it will be confirmed
That it's revoked.
after it's revoked. So in other words, basically, maybe
the suffix of the revoked.
Well, it's not a suffix. He's saying that it should be confirmed, and even if you want to revoke it, then it should be confirmed after that. So maybe his true intentions are the fact that it is going to go ahead and be confirmed. So let's see. So Mahu. So what's the luck in this case? Yeah. So Tashma, come listen. Now, Mipluk said Rameya Rabbi Yasi. There's a machlekes between Rameya and Rabbi Yasi. It's now we learn in the Mishnah. Hareza Tmuras Aylo Tmuras Shlamim. A guy says by a specific animal, right? This should be switched with a Tmuras Aylo, and then he says Tmuras Shlamim. Now, an animal cannot be both kedushas ayla, right, which all gets offered on the mizbeach, actually, but not in case of temura, right, or a case of shlamim, right, where part of it, only some of it goes on there, a lot of it goes to the owner. So, if he says harei zu temuras ayla temuras shlamim, harei zu temuras ayla, the Rameir says Rameir, since he said ola first, so once it becomes a temuras ola, it cannot transfer to temuras shlamim, and therefore his first words is what we hold by, right? So divrei Rameir, that's the opinion of Rameir. Rabbi Yossi Rameir. Rabbi Yossi says im lekachnis kavin mitchila haviev shali kroishne shemos kachad kayam. Since in Zabazal, maybe what he meant was for the two statements to take place simultaneously. He wanted them both, and in theory, right? It could take effect that even though you can't offer the animal as one, perhaps what you can do is let the animal develop a mum, sell it, and then 50% of the proceeds go to Ola fund, and then 50% of the proceeds go to the Shlamim fund. So really, according to Rabbi Yossi, he says, really, it is, if we ask the guy, hey, is this what you meant? That you didn't, even though you said Tmuras other to Shlamim, it was only because he couldn't say them both at the same time. So maybe let's say the same thing. In our case, in other words, if you hold it at the same time, they can't be at the same time. If you hold one after the other, right, then maybe we say one comes first and the other. And the Gemara says on that, the Afilu Rav Meir, even according to Rav Meir, who says one or the other, the reason in that case, according to Rav Meir, we interpret that he says first it's an Ola, and then it's a Shlamim, and since it can't become a Shlamim after Ola, that it remains an Ola, is only because he only says Harezu Tmuras Ola Tmuras Shlamim, which we can in our case to be Kiyim L'chu and Mufar L'chu. But over here, since he went back and it says that the Hakama, right, that shouldn't be Chal Elim Kain Chal Hafara, rather that it should only be Chal if the Hafara. So Rameir Nami made that the Hafara Chal. So Rameir would say in this case that the Hafara is Chal in this case, right? Because in this case, right, since he says that the Hakama should only go on the Hafara, so he reiterates that it should go on the Hafara. So therefore, the Hafara is Chal according to Rabbi Meir in our case.
Isn't the tomorrow has to be the same one that you made the mistake on the first time?
Right, so you can't offer it over there.
So it means it was either the mistake was either on an Ola or a Shlamim.
Right.
So how could he say?
Maybe he had both.
No, right. He had two animals there, and this is, he could exchange it for an animal which did not have a mum, right? It can't replace an animal. The only way you can replace animals is if it develops a mum. If it didn't develop a mum, right, then he says, all right, this is a exchange for my, I guess he has both available, an Ola and a Shlamim available. So now comes the next question, which is actually a sort of the long goes into the Mishnah. So boy Rabba Kayim Umufer Lechib Vasachas. Let's say he says it should be both confirmed and revoked at the same time. That's what the husband says. Mahu, what's the halacha there? So Tashma, come listen. Adama Rabba Kol Davar Sheino B'Zachar. Anything that cannot go one after the other, Afil Bazachas Ein. Even so, therefore, even said simultaneously, then neither one takes effect. So since they can't go one after the other, so therefore, in essence, neither one can go ahead and take effect. And boy, Rabba came a guy says, right, to let's say his wife, it is confirmed for you today. Mahu, what do you say there? He could just say it's confirmed. Why is it's confirmed you just for today? So it's confirmed for today, but imply from there that tomorrow I'm revoking it, or it's revoked. Aduma, how long or maybe he didn't say it. He didn't say it's revoked tomorrow. Okay, and once again, this is assuming, right, that one could have the kayach, right, to confirm today, right, and have it revoked tomorrow, right? Normally we just do, you got one or the other, right? But over here, it's almost like a timely thing, like it's confirmed today, but tomorrow it's revoked. Now, obviously, you can't say tomorrow I'm going to revoke it and trying to revoke it tomorrow because that's already considered the next day, right? So he's basically putting it in his confirmation, right, that it's going to be revoked tomorrow.
You only want that first day.
Right. So he's revoking it today, but it doesn't start until tomorrow. So the Gemara is assuming that is effective. Right? Because if it's not effective, then for sure it's not going to be revoked for tomorrow, and he confirmed it. Adila, but maybe he didn't mention it. He just said you're confirmed for today. And in Tim Salaymar, and if you want to say, okay, Lamaisi never said it to her, and therefore he just said it's confirmed for you today. Amar la move for the chila machar. What if he throws it in? Confirmed for you today, and it's revoked for you tomorrow. Mao. Do we say that tomorrow it can't be revoked because today is Mekayim? Right? But let's say if you would just say to her, right, move for the chila machar. It's revoked for you tomorrow. So maybe it means tomorrow is revoked and today it's okay, right? Or it's just actually the Gemara. Let's see how I said first. So do we say that tomorrow it can't be revoked because he says tomorrow it's revoked, which sounds like today it's confirmed, right? Or maybe since he never said that it's confirmed today, he just said tomorrow it's revoked. Maybe what he means is that when he said it's revoked for you tomorrow, it's also revoked today. No, it's revoked, right? Because he never said that today it shouldn't be revoked. He just said tomorrow it's revoked, and he also today. So if you want to say, okay, maybe even that, also it's for today. Right? So since he says it's kim today, then tomorrow it's as if it exists. So kim l'chisha mahu. Okay, so what if he says this? It should be time for you for an hour. So do we say that it's confirmed for you an hour? Sounds like that in 2 hours it's going to be revoked, right? And therefore, which is still today. Or maybe he never even said it, since he didn't say it's only good today, but it's revoked in an hour. Maybe that doesn't work.
Mhm.
So let's say, okay, but Lamaisi didn't say it. Let's say Miyu, let's say he says it to her, right? He says, since he's confirmed it for an hour, it's confirmed. But maybe we say, since the entire day is suitable for both confirmation and to revoke it, it would work. So maybe he can confirm for an hour and then revoke it in an hour. Maybe that does work if he says it both. So
you can change his mind. So
but it's not even changing his mind.
But since the quasi can change his mind, this should work as well. Because you can revoke.
No, once you recount, you can't change it. Yeah, you can't change it. Right. You see, you can't change your mind in this. Right. Once you confirm it, it's considered to be confirmed. The confusion here is because he's saying today. He's putting like a time limit on it. So maybe we can infer. Maybe you can't. If you put a time limit on it, then maybe that does work. That's what we're trying to suggest. So till now, we said maybe it doesn't work because it's different days. The day passed. But let's say he puts it all together. He puts the time in it, and it's on the same day. Where potentially, if he didn't say anything, he would be able to revoke it in 2 hours, or to right, or confirm it in 2 hours. So maybe they will be different. So Tashba. So quickly the answer. So Tashba, come and listen. So a person says, already Nazira, or a woman says, I'm a Nazira. The Shama Baal and her husband hears Amar Vani, and I ain't Yachol Hefer. He cannot go ahead and revoke it.
That's a kiyum right there.
That's a kiyum. Even though he says, and I.
He says, the girl says I'm
No. His wife says, I'm going to become a Nazir.
Oh.
And he says, and I. Now, name of I need al nafshi davi Nazir about Harein and Nazira Dila. All right. Maybe you can say like this. that which you said you're a Nazir. So normally by Nazir, a person says he's a Nazir, and a person can go ahead and say, and he'll also be a Nazir. But maybe over here, what he's saying is about himself, he's saying he's a Nazir. About her, Naziris, right?
He's not.
The Shachas Kaima, the Achashai, brother Afer. Why don't you say like this? For I can confirm it for an hour and then I can revoke it an hour later. So why do you say you can no longer revoke it? Maybe you should be able to revoke it still the same day. It would be like Tama to a
Hers,
case
but
of a
not-
Shachas.
Hers, but not him, right?
Right, for hers, right? But we're saying that he can't even revoke hers. Right? Achashai, brother Afer. Samai Nechal Afer. So Lamashim the Keva and the Kaimo. Though we said that since he was Makaima by saying an he confirms that once you confirm it, you can't go back even on the same day to go ahead and revoke it. Or it says low. No, maybe it's different. When he says, right, and he means he's confirming it forever. But maybe if he says, I'm confirming it for an hour, maybe that does work only, maybe that does work, and he confirm it for an hour, then he still has the opportunity to revoke it there on the same day.
Because of the bug?
Which?
Is it because of the bug? Or is it, if you would have just said
Right.
ID?
Oh, no, very
Yeah,
good.
I hear-
So
yeah.
the Ani is involving her and him together.
Exactly. That's the
Integration
key.
too.
Yeah.
Right,
So you
he's
just said
confirmed.
Ani,
Then he
I am,
confirmed
but not
her.
you.
Right. No, Ani, oh.
I will stop here at the
They
Mishnah.
won't.
Let me stay look around for a second. The Lashon
Oh.
around. The Korcha Shachas Kaimo.
This is a